shipping lanes may soon be threatened. Once again, sir, your timing is impeccable.
Yes. Well, you can kiss my backside when we reach New York. Until then, the efficacy of my timing remains to be seen. Is everything secured below?
Your secret is safe, Mr. McNeil.
It better be. Or the only other secret to this voyage will be the exact spot at which I have you thrown overboard.
It's a wonderful party, Willie.
Thank you.
I've seen chain gangs with more enthusiasm.
Sounds like you're having quite the time below decks.
Yeah.
You seem upset, Captain.
Do I? For all we know, this ship could be surrounded by German U-boats willing to sink her at the tip of the Fuhrer's hat. I'll save my celebrating for New York Harbor.
I don't understand, sir. If you're this concerned, why did you agree?
Accept this charter because the Empress deserves the best. I'm not about to let some mercenary piece of sea trash command what might be her last voyage. Doesn't mean I have to approve of the circumstances or our benefactor, Mr. McNeil.
You won't believe this, but this is my very first cruise. Twitching your debt.
The year 2007. Time travel is a reality, and it's fallen into criminal hands. With history itself at risk, the United States has formed the Time Enforcement Commission, a top-secret agency responsible for policing the temporal stream. Elite team of agents track unlawful travelers across time. Their mission, protect the past, preserve the future. These agents are known as Time Cops.
Hemmings, moving day.
Something like that.
They say you can tell a lot about a person from what they keep on their desk.
Really? Let's see, looking at yours, I can tell what you've had for lunch for the last 3 weeks.
I noticed all these photos before. Is this your family?
Family, friends, memories. You know, it's funny. Sometimes when it's late and I'm wondering if it's all worth it, the job, the risks. They help me remember why I'm here.
Easter, you late?
Oh, yes. Sorry, Captain. I didn't get much sleep last night.
What's that on your neck? Your neck.
Oh, appears to be lipstick. Glycerin-based, if I'm not mistaken.
Lipstick. Lipstick?
I suppose some sort of explanation is in order. Well, as you're no doubt aware, I'm frequently asked to lecture on my many areas of expertise. Last night, for example, I was debating the exciting legacy of Walter Mondale's vice presidency with an intellectually dubious Nobel laureate.
Sounds like a hoot.
It was. At any rate, it seems my lecture series has attracted a small coterie of enthusiasts, mostly of the female persuasion.
Wait a minute, are you saying you have groupies?
I prefer the term acolytes.
Captain, we're getting something here. Level 2 and rising. Emanating from the late 1930s.
Logan, prep for launch. Hemmings, pin down an exact date.
Right away.
You, Love Machine. Work up a full historical analysis. We'll reconvene in the library in 5 minutes.
We've We've narrowed the date to July 4th, 1939. Easter should be getting the location grid.
Now, hold on. No, something is very wrong here. Excuse me, Captain. Okay, longitude, latitude, just as I thought.
There's nothing there.
Exactly. Temporal sciences has just zeroed the geographic field on our level 2. It's emanating from the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Meaning that unless our perp's planning on treading water indefinitely,
our time-traveling amigo has dropped himself onto some sort of ocean-going vessel. 1939, of course. The Empress, chartered by the millionaire William J. McNeil.
The Empress of the Americas.
The Empress was one of the world's most opulent luxury liners. Art Deco facades, an indoor swimming pool. Makes today's floating amusement parks look like the scow Gilligan crashed on his 3-hour tour.
So what happened on this particular trip? Did the ship make it?
Oh, safe and sound. It arrived in New York Harbor July 8th, 1939.
Wait a minute, I just heard my kid talking about this.
Ah, well, the video-addled young'uns must have inadvertently channel surfed across one of our so-called educational networks. Just pulled this up from the video archives. It ran last month.
The unexplored world of the sea. A Cook Brothers expedition. Join Dean and Eric Cook.
The Cook Brothers? The TV Explorers? Winners of this year's Jacques Cousteau wannabe contest.
Please. Cook Brothers aren't fit to shine Cousteau's bathysphere. Captain Crunch has a better understanding of nautical science. Here's where it gets interesting.
Beautiful realm of Earth's oceans.
I'm Dean Cook, and in a moment we'll preview our next great expedition, recreating the legendary voyage of the Empress of the Americas. I'm Eric Cook. Stay tuned for an adventure to unexplored worlds, right after these words.
Easter. Fascinating as all this may be, none of it comes close to explaining why we have a level 2 ripple in 1939.
It might have something to do with the gold.
What gold?
McNeil always claimed he chartered the Empress to rescue his European staff. Turns out his motives weren't quite so pure. When he closed down his European operation, he converted all his assets into gold. Tons of it.
McNeil's employees provided a convenient cover story, but the fact is, he needed the Empress to haul his fortune back to America.
Worth millions at 1939 prices, hundreds of millions today.
Sounds to me like we got a motive. What about the brothers McPopeye? The McPopeyes? They're on my short list. Never been a big believer in coincidence.
Then you're going to love this. Take a look. I pulled the Empress's passenger list and cross-referenced the names using my own genealogical search engine. Passenger Edith Thomas married James Hemmings, who sired a son, David, who later married and had a daughter named Claire.
Edith Thomas was my grandmother.
Well, I guess that explains your interest in the Empress.
I didn't mention my grandmother because I knew there'd be question about my going back.
Well, you're right. Even if this ripple rated a 2-man team, you're making it personal, Claire. I've been there. It's very dangerous. Jean, tell her. You're actually asking me? I thought I'd been demoted somewhere between the conference room and the sled.
I know the history of the Empress inside and out. My grandma died when I was 9, but not until she drilled every detail of the Empress trip into me. She always knew McNeil had something up his sleeve. She was bothered that she couldn't prove it. Look, Jack, this isn't personal. I know the rules. It just makes sense.
Ripples up to level 4.
You should have told me.
I know.
All right. Discussion's over. Hemmings, suit up. Solo sea voyage from London to New York. Your grandmother must have been quite the adventurer.
Yeah, she fancied herself a reporter, but it didn't last. Don't get me wrong, she was a wonderful woman, but as I remember it, Granny's idea of an adventure was an extra scoop of Ovaltine.
Start the count.
30 seconds and counting to launch.
brought her picture, didn't you? The one from your desk?
They say it helps to concentrate on something during watch. She was always there for me. 10, I only hope I can return the favor.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch.
Logan! Are you okay?
Yeah, solid.
So what do you think we should start?
Well, unless we're trying out for the next Star Trek movie, we should find some clothes. Swiss pocket watch. Silver cigarette case. These people really knew how to live.
How'd that do? One thing I don't understand, assuming our temporal criminals get their hands on McNeil's gold, how are they planning to move it into the future?
Been wondering the same thing. I've never seen a sled that could handle that much weight and mass.
At least not yet, anyway.
You two! Freeze! Upper deck was supposed to be clear.
Looks like we should have come back 11 minutes earlier.
What the hell are we gonna do with Hansel and Gretel here?
But we were told all passengers and crew go below deck.
Let's go, cowboy! Back up the steps! Come on! Move!
That's when I was getting my sea legs, too.
This is not good.
Logan!
Man overboard! That last step's a doozy!
Your friend picked one hell of a day for swim.
Oh, biting. I like biting.
Take her below. Get her out of my face. You go on my signal.
It's fish food, darling. You want my advice? Think like a card player. A deal. Come on! Come on! We call this pleasure cruise.
Attention, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. I'd like to propose a toast to the gentleman who organized this wonderful 4th of July celebration. The man who's responsible for chartering this ship and bringing his European staff safely home to America.
What in blazes? Sounded like gunfire.
You won't believe this, but this is my very first cruise. Twitch in your debt.
Well, let's hear it again for Mr. J. William McNeil. Yeah!
Or maybe not.
My God!
I'm looking for William McNeil.
Who the devil are you?
Me? I'm just a low-life, tattooed country western loving Harley hugger who's just taking your precious boat. Keeper, we set?
Radio's out. Bridge secured.
Ahoy! Now hear this. An armed and unbelievably dangerous group of men have taken control of the Empress. That's right. We hold the bridge, your Lord and Master McNeil, and a whole ballroom just packed with pretty passengers. Now I want all the members of the crew to report to the main ballroom immediately. Cause any hesitancy, and I start putting holes in things. Starting with the guests.
No, hold on a second there, son.
Better listen to him, McNeil. These guys are pretty serious.
She's right, stay puffed. Don't push me. And you. I got my eyes on you, sweetheart.
What do you want from me, my ship?
From you, Cap? A simple twist of the ship's wheel. Change course due south, full speed ahead.
Due south? Insane. That'll take us away from the United States, from any port.
I want directions. I'll call Randy McNally. Just do it.
As long as I'm captain, this ship stays its course.
Really? How about you, Captain Lewis? Do you share Mr. Harriman's death before dishonor sentiments?
What was that heading?
$11, $12, and lucky 13. Well, that looks like everyone. My compliments, Mr. McNeil. Your hand-picked crew caved in like a bad souffle. You folks need anything, I'll be right outside.
Everyone just stay calm. I don't think they want to hurt us. At least not yet, anyway.
You seem to know a lot about these men. Perhaps you'd like to explain just how you came to fall into their hands.
I was on the upper deck and they came out of nowhere.
And maybe you're one of them, sent to keep tabs on us.
Willie. Some pistol-swinging ape-bell has a few cheap threats, and suddenly you're shaking like San Fran during the big one. You need a drink.
If you know something...
I know the scotch is good, the ice is cold, and panicking won't get us anywhere. Blondie's with me. Any more questions?
You brought her aboard with you? Stowaway? Without my authorization?
If I waited for authorization every time I wanted something, I'd still be sharpening pencils at the Pipsqueak Student Gazette. Besides, I have a feeling you know more than you're telling. Drink? Be ashamed to let McNeil guzzle it. He doesn't know good scotch from gasoline.
So why'd you vouch for me? For all you know, I could be one of them.
I don't think so. Have we met? Because I have the strangest feeling that I know you.
Yeah, it's not likely.
Doesn't matter. Maybe you just looked like you needed a friend. Edith Thomas.
Edith Thomas.
Yeah. And if I had a business card, it would say, would-be journalist.
I'm Claire Cooper. Stowaway. So, you're a journalist?
Well, so to speak. Since leaving college, I've been traveling the world looking for stories. The Orient, Persia, Europe. Yeah. Connive my way onto the Empress because I was sure I'd finally found something in Willie's epic voyage. Fortunately, I seem to have been right.
I must admit, I am awed. The Cook brothers must be subsidizing half the publicists in Lotus Land, a plethora of self-promoting spam. On their ship, on their television show, on their fancy new submersible. But I'm afraid we are woefully short of smoking guns.
I understand they already set off on their grand expedition.
Yeah, I was just checking their internet site. They'd even concocted a real-time navigational chart showing the course and speed of their... Hold on.
What?
Well, the Empress crossed the Atlantic via the standard shipping lanes of the time. For some reason, the Cook expedition has taken a sudden and rather dramatic detour to the south.
I think it's time I had a word with the Doublemint twins.
Yeah.
I take you out right here, but I figure, what is the ammunition? Besides, an old salt like you probably prefer a burial at sea. Quack!
As in duck.
I don't mean to seem ungrateful, son, but who the hell are you?
My name's Logan. I'm with the Maritime Commission.
Huh?
Yeah, it's new. We were expecting trouble. These men want McNeil's gold.
Gold? I knew there had to be an explanation for McNeil's largesse. I mean, some reason beyond the mere lives of his employees.
You know where it might be hidden?
If I knew it was on board, we'd never have left port. Word gets out about that, it'd be like painting a target across the ship's bow. Now, I searched the hold before we left. If he's hidden his loot on board, he did a damn fine job of it.
What did Easter say? Art Deco facades, indoor swimming pool. There's a pool.
Below decks. It's off limits this trip. Plumbing problem. But McNeil wouldn't wait to have it repaired.
Show me.
What makes you think the gold is in here?
Pools are designed to hold tons of water. What better place to hide it?
What in heaven's name is that?
It's got nothing to do with heaven. Laser grid for protection. Shape C4 charges. Some sort of bomb. The detonator's tied to our course. No. Stand back.
Before we done.
Cover yourself.
Where the hell are those pirates taking us?
On an adventure to unexplored worlds. Well. Mr. Kiefer and Mr. Fuqua were supposed to keep the ship's complement occupied while I finished my work. Captain Harriman, you I recognize. I must have seen the newsreel footage of the Empress's triumphant arrival in New York 100 times. However, you, nothing to say.
You look taller on TV.
Ah, one of my loyal fans. Well, now you have come an awfully long way for an autograph. Time cop.
And you've come a long way to scuttle this ship. You have any idea how history will change if you kill all these people? The ramifications into the future?
And do you have any idea how little I care? My brother Eric warned me about the TEC. He was afraid our temporal excursion might pop up in your little dome. But frankly, if this is the best TEC has to offer, I'm not impressed. Go ahead, study it. It's completely self-contained, impossible to disarm. The one thing I learned from doing live television, commitment. And I am completely committed to this course of action. And so, it seems, are you.
There's got to be a way in. It's compass-based, of course. Navigational satellites are still a dream.
What did he mean? Live television? Time cop?
Focused ambient laser grid. Cook's probably the only one who can disarm it.
Mr. Logan, if these men are going to destroy my ship, I damn well want to know how.
I don't have time to explain everything, Captain, but this man Cook has set this device to explode when we reach this new position. Those are shaped explosive charges pointing down. When the bomb explodes, the ship will go with it. And we need to get these passengers off. The lifeboats.
Practically useless. One of Cook's men has destroyed the ship-to-shore radio. We can't even send out an SOS. McNeil's passengers, they won't even last 2 hours in these seas.
Detonator's tied to our course. So if we can't disarm the bomb, then we have to change direction. Away from Cook's new position.
The main bridge is guarded 6 ways to Sunday. But there is an auxiliary control in the engine room. We might just be able to override the main bridge's steering. After you.
Keeper, Fuqua!
This is Keeper!
Bad news, Mr. Cook. We have company.
Company? Quiet! Everyone quiet!
I know. We've met. Fortunately, the device was already in place. However, just so we can avoid any further complications, you see anyone when they don't belong, kill them.
I'd say things have taken a turn for the worse.
You ain't seen nothing yet. All right, everyone, listen up. McNeil was right. I'm not a passenger. I'm an American agent, and I was sent by the government.
One woman. Nice of them to pull out the stops.
The men that have taken this ship will stop at nothing to get what they want, and as long as we're all cooped up in this ballroom, we're targets.
You want us to try to escape? They'll kill us.
I want us to be prepared.
And why should we take your word? One unknown woman who's lied about her intentions from the start.
Look at you. William McNeil, captain of industry, whimpering like a 2-year-old with a skinned knee.
Miss Thomas, I've had just about enough of your childish insults.
Willie boy, I'm just getting started. Why are you leaving Europe? Because there's war on the horizon and a good chance that decent people will die on account of it? You know, until this moment, I would have put money on our side. But if this pathetic display is any indication of the resolve that we can expect from our leaders, seems to me we might as well just throw up the white flag right now. Now, if Claire says that we're in trouble, by God, I believe her. And if any of you had an ounce of guts, you would too.
Thanks, Ida. Seems like you're always sticking up for me.
Just as long as I get first dibs on the story.
You got it. Okay, everyone, listen up. The next time our friend comes back, we need a distraction. Something to throw him off guard.
Easy to say. Do you have any ideas?
Maybe.
Most ships this size have an auxiliary control in case the bridge is incapacitated. Due south. My first mate is doing a superb job of holding the new course.
Can you change it?
I'm gonna try. I'm going to do this slow and easy, but sooner or later, they're gonna know we've turned. The question is, what are those sea pups going to do about it? Crook, nobody said anything about TEC. How'd they find us?
The question is, Mr. Kiefer, who cares? The TEC can send back as many officers as they want. The explosive is set and secure. We got them outgunned, outmanned. When did this change?
That's impossible. I haven't touched the wheels. Somebody must be using auxiliary control.
It's that cop. This is Cook. New plan. I will execute one hostage every minute until the ship is returned to my course. You have 1 minute to comply.
I've got to get up there. You go, they'll kill you. If I don't go, they'll kill the hostages. I don't have much choice. Hold her as long as you can, Captain. I'll do that.
We finally made video contact with the Cook ship, satellite uplink from the mid-Atlantic. For an expedition that thrives on attention, Cook seemed curiously reticent to take a simple call.
Cook, I'm Captain Gene Matuzak in Washington. I want to have a word with you regarding the Empress.
Well, you've come to the right place, Gene. But I'm afraid time is short. You know we're going live this evening. We're unveiling our new multi-million-dollar submersible, the Derek. Dean, Eric, Derek. Clever, don't you think?
Hysterical.
The action toy comes out next week. Plastic bubble, wind-up propeller. I'll tell you what. Give me your address, and I'll have my people send your people one of the first ones off the line.
Where's your brother, Mr. Cook?
I'm afraid he's indisposed of at the moment. Seasickness. Rather embarrassing for a nautical explorer, wouldn't you say? Now, about the Empress, we've posted virtually all of our background information on the internet, so if you do need something, I'm sure you'll find it there, Captain.
I'm interested in your take on the voyage, Mr. Cook. Why you've chosen to turn your ship away from the standard shipping lanes.
Have we? Well, I guess I'll have to talk to my navigator about that, now won't I? Sorry I couldn't be more helpful, Captain. But if you get a chance, please, do tune in this evening.
To use your euphemistic terminology, Captain, these punks are dirty.
Yep. And they don't think we have a chance in hell of catching them.
That's 1 minute. Time to up the ante.
Get ready.
The hell?
It's called a distraction.
It's good.
Where'd you learn to do that?
Remember the Orient? A fellow there taught me his new fighting technique. He called it karate.
Grandma's Emma Peel. Great. Okay, everyone, let's go. Out. Come on. What? It's okay. He's with me. Logan. I thought you were dead.
And I thought you might need some help. Better get these people out of here.
The safest place is the cargo hold, lower deck. You could lose a herd of elephants down there for a week. Willie ought to be able to stay out of trouble for an hour or two.
Ladies and gentlemen, you'd be safer down in the cargo area. Please head down there now. Go ahead. Please downstairs.
He's a handsome fella. What'd you say his name
Cargo
was?
area, ladies and gentlemen.
Logan. He's not your type. Believe me.
And how would you know my type?
It's just a hunch, I just figure you'd want someone more dependable, low risk. Kind of man you can imagine loving 40 years from now.
Huh! I have trouble imagining the next 40 minutes.
Yeah, believe you me, I've noticed. All sorts of things.
Claire, are you always this serious?
No. Maybe you're right. I always thought I inherited this mood from my grandmother. She expected great things from me.
You sure that's what she expected?
I don't know. She died when I was young. Yeah, I always wondered if she were here, what she'd think of me today.
Well, I'm only 28 years old, and according to McNeil, I don't know flit from flypaper, but if your grandmother loved you, really loved you, then it seems to me that all she'd want is your happiness.
Yeah.
And type or no type, she would definitely want me to say hello to your handsome friend Logan. Mr. Logan! Hi.
Hi.
I'm glad that you're traveling with us all the way to New York.
Logan, she's my grandmother.
Oh. Well, I don't have a problem if she doesn't.
Okay.
Miss Thomas, is it? I think you might be safer if you join the other passengers.
Thanks, Edith.
I still have this crazy feeling that we met before.
Edith!
Give me the gun, or she's dead. Now! Easy. What do you know? Looks like we haven't lost all of our hostages. Let's go. Don't be following us now.
Go after her, she's as good as dead.
Logan, this is insane. If Edith dies, it'll be like I was never born. This is my life we're talking about.
We gotta find a way to disarm Cook's bomb, all right? Harriman's still trying to turn the ship. But sooner or later, Cook's gonna find a way to get us back on his course.
What?
When we first landed, I thought I heard music.
Yeah, there's a photograph in the salon. They destroyed it, though.
Perfect.
Officer, Captain Harriman, you might want to hear this. Go ahead. Say something pithy.
Why? So you won't understand it?
Relinquish control of this vessel, or I'll start changing the future with this pretty little thing. Now we will find out what your life is really worth, Miss
Thomas. I'd ask your name, but I don't do obituaries.
Ah, Mr. Kiefer.
The captain's a real trooper. You heard we had to skirt and he gave himself up, all very proper. I had Lewis turn the ship, then lock the wheel. We'll have no more course changes.
Excellent. And First Mate Lewis?
He's been officially decommissioned. Go on, get.
2-minute warning. It appears we are coming to the end of our little docudrama.
This course of yours makes no sense. There's nothing there but ocean. The charts show we'll be over one of the deepest trenches in the Atlantic.
Actually, the deepest trench.
So, let me guess. This is where we all go down together.
No. Let him come. My apologies. It's the showman in me. You've probably seen it on my many documentaries.
Actually, I usually watch a show when I'm having trouble getting to sleep. Your bogus science beats the hell out of counting sheep. If you want the gold, why don't you just take it? Why scuttle my ship?
Because you cannot take that much mass into the temporal stream.
So you came up with an alternative. Blow the ship and sink it in one of the deepest trenches in the Atlantic Ocean, beyond the reach of any salvage operation.
Until you come up with a vehicle capable of exploring those depths, you're submersible.
Ah, yes. The derrick. A miracle of my own design.
It's more than the gold, though, isn't it?
Of course. We're talking ratings. Once the Empress goes down, that's history. Meaning our epic recreation of the Empress's voyage suddenly becomes a search for her blasted remains. We've sold the rights worldwide, and this will be no Al Capone's vault, I assure you. We'll know exactly where she went down, recover millions in gold, and keep the sequel rights. Oh, it's almost time. What? Wait, this is impossible.
The wheel's locked. The ship physically can't move that fast.
Well, something has changed its course. You watch them. Some sort of glitch. Something with the computer.
Yeah, there's a glitch in it, all right.
Back off, pal. She's family.
Consider yourself canceled.
How did you change course?
I didn't. So, you know, that's the trouble when you mix high tech with low tech. Your computer here was hooked up to a magnetic compass. Kind of like these speaker magnets I borrowed from the phonograph upstairs. Suddenly east is west, north is south, and your bomb has no idea where it is. While you watch them, I've got one more thing to do.
We are returning to our original course. Full speed ahead. I'm not even going to ask you about your temporal stream, Mr. Logan, or your crazy weapons.
Bottom line, the Empress is all yours, Captain.
Take care of her. I'll do that, Mr. Logan. I'll do that.
Well, I came looking for a story. I certainly got one.
Yeah.
I just wish I could write it.
You're not going to write the story.
Well, it doesn't take a crystal ball to see that our world's heading toward war. It wouldn't do to have our people losing faith in one of their leaders just now. Just let them think McNeil did it for all the right reasons. At least I'll know the truth.
So what about your career?
Odd, but I am starting to think that maybe journalism isn't the right career for me. What about you, Claire? You ever think about the future?
Oh, sometimes.
Well, maybe one of these days, who knows when, I'll settle down. And if I do, I hope I'm lucky enough to have a friend like you.
There's a ship coming to pick us up, Miss Thomas. Before we leave, I just wanted to say it was a pleasure meeting you.
I assure you the pleasure was all mine. Well, I guess I ought to go below. Bye.
You wanted to see us?
Yeah. Just thought Mr. Cook might want to see an instant replay of tonight's live broadcast.
Just what do you mean that there's been an explosion? That submersible cost millions of dollars. Destroyed? That's impossible!
I got a military chopper flying out to your ship. Your brother should be in custody within the hour. Jack? You didn't have anything to do with that, did you?
Oh, come on, I couldn't just leave 50 pounds of C4 lying inside the Empress. I tossed it and Cook's detonator overboard. I guess his brother must have mistaken it for something else, sending that submersible.
Never mind, I'll read it in your report. I hate my life.
You all right?
Fine. Never thought I was much like my grandmother. Funny how wrong you can be.
So, you really think she was interested in me?
For the sake of future generations, let's be glad we can only speculate.
Good. Some days this job feels like police work, some days it feels like homework.
Oddly enough, I know exactly what you mean, Officer Logan. About the homework, I mean.
Don't tell me you had trouble in school.
Oh, are you kidding? My travails were endless. I could never convince my instructors to give me enough home study. There were nights I'd be done 11, 11:30, and still be thirsty for more. That is what you meant, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll take paperwork over police work anytime. Means things are quiet. By the way, anybody know a good garage?
Car trouble, Captain?
No, car disaster. You can
fix my old Dodge with a hammer and chewing gum. These new electric jobs need a PhD to open the hood.
Pull latch, pop secondary release, raise and secure.
Thanks, Easter. Jack, any chance I could catch a ride home?
Well, Henry's and I were going to go to dinner.
Actually, we were talking about a nice dinner.
Oh. No problem. I'm sure I could, you know.
No. Look, I'll just... I'll just take Jean home, turn around, and we're off.
I'll give you 1 hour.
Jack, you really don't have to do this. What do you got? Wild thing?
I'm a sucker for the classics.
Classics? That's a nice way to put it. My kid refers to this era in music as geezer rock.
Kid needs a hearing aid. William, right?
Yeah, William, my son, we've been known to talk from time to time. Something strange about that?
You haven't mentioned him in a while. I figured you two weren't getting along.
Haven't heard of a teenager yet that gets along with his own man. Guess what? We're no exception.
Been there, done that.
Triggers, anything out of the ordinary.
This can't be happening. We were just talking minutes ago.
Yeah, well, it happened. It happened, Easter.
Thank you for that bracing dose of clarity, Officer Hemmings. So that's it?
Is that it? No, that's not it. Someone just took out the head of the TEC along with one of our finest officers and made a point of doing it on our doorstep. No. If this had been anyone else, Logan would be doing the same thing. Checking the evidence, assessing the situation. We don't have time to fall apart, Easter. Not now.
Found something, Officer Hemmings. The detector went off the scale. Whatever this is, it's not part of Logan's car.
It doesn't have to be this way.
What? Easter! Easter!
All TEC personnel, evacuate the building.
Easter, listen to me. I know how you feel.
Frankly, Miss Hemmings, I don't think you do. For once in my life, I am not going to sit idly back and watch history take control.
We are all shell-shocked. This still hasn't hit us yet.
Oh, shell-shocked, taking leave of my senses, or in any way impaired. I am, however, determined to prevent this from happening.
Easter, you are an academic. You are not a superhero.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Even if you could get a ride up and going, an unauthorized trip is a capital offense.
I know. I helped draft the legislation.
Okay. You realize your career will be over.
Officer Hemmings, when engaged in debate, it is generally preferable to build your case. I'm a member of this team for one reason. Eugene Matuzak realized his organization needed an historian. He hired me away from a lifetime of bad pay, cramped office space, and the tenure that never was. He is not dying today.
Easter, you have no idea what it's like to travel back in time.
What's to know? It's like a Polaroid, point and shoot.
Oh, there is a lot more to it, and you know that. You have never been back.
You're right. Of course you have.
Can't believe I'm doing this.
To be honest, I'm surprised you capitulated as quickly as you did.
Thanks. But believe it or not, I had the same thought myself.
You're going back to 10:30 this morning.
It's just over 10 hours. It's not much time.
Well, that's the point. We're trying to revise this little slice of history, not turn it inside out. The longer you're back, the bigger the disruption. So in the words of Captain Matuzak, keep it simple. You're not going back to solve this case. You're going back to warn them. The less people involved, the better. Oh, take this with you. Logan can have it analyzed. Might point them in a direction.
Must be out of my mind.
Do you remember what you said before? If there'd been someone other than Logan in the car, he wouldn't have been content collecting evidence or assessing situations. He'd be sitting where you're sitting, prepping to go back.
30 seconds to launch.
Logan and I were, supposed to have dinner tonight.
If you're successful, maybe you still will. Zach survives the night, I am seriously asking for a raise.
Not only acting like Logan, I'm landing like him.
Miss Hemmings? Odd. I was under the impression we employed a janitorial service for this sort of thing.
Easter?
I found this new Italian place. Things stay quiet. What do you say? A little wine, some pasta?
Sounds better than the usual deep fried. And delivered in styrofoam.
I'm a little short on cash. That's my wallet at home.
Officer Logan, please report to interrogation room 1.
That's you.
Be back. Hemmings.
Look, I don't have much time, Jack. I'm from the future. Your future.
Okay. And, going for a little sled ride?
Listen, I'm serious, Jack.
What do you mean you're serious, Claire? I just invited you to dinner.
You invited her to dinner.
What's going on? You wouldn't come back unless there's something here at the TC. What, something with me?
Logan, you and Matuzak are gonna die tonight. 8:03. On the roof, your car explodes. Look, you have less than 10 hours to stop your own murder.
car's clean, no explosive detonator, nothing. If somebody's gonna rig it, it's gonna happen in the next 9 hours.
All right, then impound it. Don't let anyone near it.
I can't impound my life, Hemmings. If somebody wants me dead, they're gonna find a way.
This was found in the debris after the explosion. Easter thought you could have it analyzed.
Easter? He helped send you back?
Believe it or not, he insisted on it.
Doctor's full of surprises. You might be able to help. I'll have him run a cross-check on this.
Listen to me, Logan. You have to keep this contained. The more people that know, the more history could change. Suddenly it doesn't happen like before. 8 o'clock becomes 3 o'clock.
And the bomb could become a machine gun. I know. Start changing history, you don't know where it will stop.
Let's see if we can just change this little bit.
I checked my arrest files. 8 of these guys have been paroled in the last 3 months.
Any of them have experience with explosives?
1. Carl with a K, Martin. I bagged Martin back in '65 for trying to blow a hole through Fort Knox. Must have seen Goldfinger one too many times.
He's on parole here in D.C. Transient hotel down on 3rd. It's 11:15. Matusak's just getting in. He had car trouble. The rest of the day's gonna be pretty quiet. Look, I've been back too long already, Jack.
Claire, I know how hard this must have been.
You can thank me by staying alive. Logan, I had a question about the Langdon file. It's funny, I thought I heard voices.
Just you and me, Hemmings. And sorry, I can't answer your question. I'm running late.
This is too weird. Good luck, Logan.
You seem bedazzled, Officer Logan.
Easter. I need you to get this to the lab for me, full chemical workup.
I'm a historian, not Federal Express. Get someone else to do your dirty work.
Just when I was starting to like you. Maybe I didn't make myself clear. I need this done quietly, no fuss, and I need it done now.
Well, when you put it that way.
Martin, the police!
Open up.
London, 1963. 16 men ambushed the Glasgow to London mail train in the early hours of February 23rd. It was to be the train that never arrived.
Some guys never learn. C4.
Hello, Logan.
No way I'm going back to prison, man.
Ready to go now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good.
All right, so you caught me taping the History Channel. That and the explosives rap add up to zip.
Not this time, Martin. Try attempted murder.
What, that fight in the hotel? You're out of your mind.
I don't think so.
What is this, some kind of setup? If I wanted you dead, cop, there'd be nothing attempted about it.
You didn't just kill me. You took out one of the few people in this world I can call my friend.
Logan, what the hell's going on?
Get him off me. Get him off me! I'll tell you what's going on. Your boy's losing.
You haven't seen losing it, man. Fuck this guy.
Hey, he's crazy. I didn't do anything. You don't have any proof.
I got motive, and I got you.
Come on, move it, buddy. Come on, let's go.
I want an explanation.
It's difficult.
I don't care if it's quantum physics. You don't go threatening suspects in my house. And where's your evidence? What's the charge? I'm assuming there is some sort of temporal crime involved.
Give me 1 minute.
You're welcome.
Gelignite nitrotex acid? It's not C4?
Hardly. No, that is a highly experimental synthetic explosive. You can't get it at Bombs R Us.
So the bomb in Martin's room wasn't... It's already 1:30.
Logan, you're making even less sense than usual.
Logan?
Not now, Gene.
No, right now. You're not going anywhere until you explain that business with Martin. Now, where's your evidence?
Didn't pan out. Tell Martin I'm sorry and have his parole officer book him on weapons and explosives possession. I don't have time for this, Gene.
Well, then you better make time. You either explain that little slam dance in the hall, or I'm gonna have you passing out parking tickets on the mall.
Damn it, Gene, someone is going to kill us tonight.
What? Come here. What is this, Logan? Some kind of a sick joke?
I wish. Hemmings came back in time to warn us. At 8 o'clock tonight, my car goes up in flames, and according to future Claire, you and I go up with it.
Hemmings?
Why would I be giving you a ride? Gene.
Because if I had to leave my car in the shop overnight, I was gonna ask you for one.
We got 6 hours to catch this guy. We miss him and all bets are off.
The future could repeat itself, or it could change. We could die even sooner.
Martin came up most likely. None of the other possibles has any experience with explosives. But I was wrong. Dead end.
It takes 6 months to track down every hopped-up convict who has it in for you. Okay. What do we know about the bombing?
Well, Hemmings brought this back. It's a fragment from the blast. According to Easter, it's some sort of top-secret explosive. A synthetic that mimics natural explosives. Concentrated and very nasty.
Doesn't sound like something we pick up at the AMP.
Patents with a defense contractor, a Vandron Chemicals. Based right here in D.C. According to the security file, explosive was developed by a research team run by Dr. Trent. Name ring a bell?
Never heard of him.
Give me a minute, I could probably get this open.
I want your back.
Oh. Find anything interesting?
Dr. Trent?
It's amazing what you can learn stealing mail. Oh, wait. Is this what you're looking for? Feels like a credit card. Chances are I'm over my limit, but if you're really desperate, I can probably scrounge a few dollars up out of my purse.
I'm Gene Matuzak. This is Officer Logan. We're here on official business.
GS-20 clearance. That's very official.
We'd like to ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind.
If you don't mind walking and talking. I'm making a presentation to the board in an hour.
We're particularly interested in a synthetic explosive known as Nitrotex.
You can put that stuff down right there. Nitrotex is part of a photo lock-on weapons system we've developed here at Vandron. Armed projectiles are targeted using a sophisticated photo recognition system.
Projectiles? As in missiles?
Here, let me show you. The system looks for a correlation between a picture and a live target. When it determines a match, it locks on the target and the missile fires.
Vandron's system is the only one that uses this synthetic explosive.
So far, the formula has been designed specifically for our purposes. However, that doesn't explain why the TEC would be interested. GS-20 clearance? It came up when you guys passed through security. Don't worry. Even the mice in this building have top secret clearance.
I'll bet. We have reason to suspect that someone is planning a terrorist attack using your system right here in Washington.
Interesting and very hard to believe.
Why is that?
This weapon's been manufactured in very limited quantities and is available only through distributors Vandron genuinely trusts.
Arms dealers and trust? Now there's an oxymoron.
No, that's a contradiction. Oxymorons are phrases like postal efficiency or smart cop.
I'm beginning to think you actually enjoy what you're doing here, Dr. Trent.
As in, what's a nice person like you doing inventing weapons of mass destruction?
Something like that.
What can I say? I'm good at what I do. And last time I checked, Vandron was not a charity. We develop weapons, we sell weapons. It's all perfectly legal.
So who has their hands on this one?
Now that's classified. I'm afraid you're going to need a lot more than that smile to get your hands on Vandron's client list. Officer...
Logan.
Logan.
What about a GS-20 clearance?
Vandron's doing business with an arms dealer named Svengali?
That's the guy they trust.
Nothing's adding up. You ever run in with anybody in the high-tech weapons business?
Not that I know of, but I definitely could have made enemies with one of their customers.
Yeah. Well, with 5 hours left, I'm not liking these odds. Love the office, Svengali. That payphone come with a speed dial?
Hey, I can do business and get a sub sandwich at the same time. What do you want, cop?
Vandron Chemicals gave us your name. They say you're playing middleman on the new point-and-shoot missile system. We need your client list.
Not without a warrant, you don't. Hey.
Wrong number. And it's going to stay that way until we get some answers.
All right. Look, I'm a cooperative guy, okay? Just understand something. I have a large clientele. And not every one of them wraps himself in the flag, you know?
I need a name.
Take your pick. Hey, an arms dealer who sells to only one buyer is an arms dealer without a mortgage, you know what I mean?
So what can you tell us about your clients?
They're all altar boys.
No.
You're killing me here.
I'm just getting started, Sven.
Look, once my buyers fill out the proper forms, okay, and the check's clear, I'm not particularly interested in their biographies, all right?
Yeah, you're just a businessman trying to make an honest buck.
Exactly.
Not today.
It's for you. got 7 names. We'll never be able to run them all down before tonight.
There's got to be something. Something we're missing.
Or maybe not. You believe in destiny, Jack?
Job requirement if you're a time cop.
Maybe this is it. Maybe we're supposed to buy it tonight and we're trying to change something that was always meant to be.
Business we're in, you really believe that?
I don't know. But in the off chance that I'm right, there's something I gotta do. That's William. The good-looking one in the blue jacket?
You're not gonna go see him?
No. I don't want to embarrass him in front of his friends.
Go ahead, embarrass him. You know what he'll remember? That you came.
I don't know. It's been tough on him since the divorce. It's been tough on everybody. We haven't exactly been close. Every other Saturday, 2 weeks in the summer. You know the drill.
No, I don't. Before I was adopted by the Logans, I went through foster parents like most kids go through socks. When I was 15, every other Saturday and 2 weeks in the summer would have been paradise.
Yeah, well, it's not right. And he knows it.
Gene, one of these days he's gonna get over being angry. When he does, he's gonna realize he was lucky to have a father like you.
Billy!
Great, it's my old man. I'll be back in a second. It's Will, Dad. It's been Will for a while now. So what's going on? Thought we were gonna meet up this weekend.
Yeah, I just thought I'd drop by. So, how's school?
Not bad. Got a B in chemistry.
Yeah.
Something wrong? Is it Mom?
No, I was just thinking about you, that's all. I guess I just wanted you to know that, you know, whatever happened between your mom and me, it had nothing to do with you.
You came all the way down here just to tell me that. Are you sure everything's okay?
Everything is fine. Better get back to your friends.
Yeah. So I'll see you on Saturday. All right?
I'll be there.
Seems like a good kid.
Yeah, he is. Let's find this piece of garbage.
None of Svengali's names look familiar.
No match. We're back to square one.
Pity you didn't ask me for help. But then you'd have to answer my question. Which one of you came from the future? The bag's barcode has your fragment processed at 8:47 p.m. In other words, it's from a case that won't be open till tonight. I assume Logan is the noxious time pirate who stole a ride. You have too much respect to the file history.
Hemmings came back to warn us. Logan and I died tonight at 8:03 p.m. We're gonna die again if we don't find out which one of these men is out to get us.
All right, let me take a look at those names. Well, one thing's apparent. Name number 4 is bogus.
How do you know that?
Well, there's no ethno origin for the surname Chandari. It's obviously a nom de plume. Wait a second.
Anagrams?
Just one of my many talents.
Wait a minute. Daryl Harrison.
You know him?
I busted him back in the late 80s, 18, 19 years ago.
Well, apparently you've been working under a false premise. This assassin wasn't out to target Logan at all.
He was after me.
Daryl Harrison, arrested 1989.
I got him for selling illegal weapons.
Imprisoned, Jessup State Penitentiary, paroled 2 weeks ago.
Lives in an apartment down on C Street.
Get Washington PD on the line. I want that apartment house surrounded now.
First unit showed up. The guy at 2E went nuts. Opened up out the window with one of those laser-accurate street sweepers. We returned fire, followed up with tear gas.
Harrison, was he hit?
Don't know. It's been real quiet the last 10 minutes. Figured we'd wait him out.
We don't have time to wait.
Go.
What's the rush? It's not going anywhere. Just tell your people to hang back.
He's dead.
So, anybody gonna tell me why high security government types are interested in a sorry piece of nothing like Harrison?
No. Gene over here. Vandron's finest.
I still can't believe this guy would go to all this trouble to take me out.
We got the missile, the motive, set and match, Gene.
You're probably right. It's getting dark.
Why don't we let the DC police take it from here? Come on, Gene. It's over. Some days this job feels like police work, some days it feels like homework. 8 o'clock. Maybe we should stick around for a while just to be on the safe side.
No. That offer for a ride still hold?
I'll meet you up top.
So I take it we are no longer on for this evening.
Another time, Claire.
Why? Did I miss something?
What do you got?
Something I picked up.
Wild thing?
Doesn't exactly fit the mood, does it?
Go ahead, play it.
before.
So that's what it feels like to change history.
All right, Gene. That's it. You barely said 3 words since we hit the street.
Something's not right. I can feel it. I need to make a call.
Gene. This is an incredible invention known as a cell phone.
Which are about as private as seats at the Super Bowl. I want to use a hard line for this. I'm okay, Jack. Just drop me off here.
The hell, I'm just gonna drop you off.
You find out anything at all, you call me back at this number, KL50147. Ready?
Okay, what's going on?
I'll buy a drink. I'm sure they must have milk here.
Dr. Trent.
That's funny. I don't remember seeing you here before. It was Officer Logan, right? And Matuzak?
Good memory, Doctor.
Oh, please. Doctor's for my resume. My parents call me Carrie, but my friends use Anne.
What can I get you?
White wine, please.
Oh yeah.
Water.
Double Scotch rocks.
Rough day?
Yeah. One hell of a day. It's finally over. You know what, Jack? Why don't you go on back to the office, find Claire, and have that dinner? I'll just finish my drink and I'll catch a cab, all right?
You sure?
I'm positive. Go on.
Nice to see you again.
Thanks. Excuse me.
Captain, I just checked Harrison's bank records. Your hunch was right. Someone deposited $25,000 into his account just this morning. In other words, our Mr. Harrison was in someone else's employ. Captain?
Time enforcement. Time travel. Somebody came back, didn't they? They warned you. Otherwise, how would you have known about Vandron? About me?
You had me killed?
And I'm gonna do it again. Don't. Back way. Very slowly.
Wait a minute, Cat.
My parents call me Carrie, but my friends use it.
Anne. Trent.
You'll have to excuse me for being confused, but I didn't even know you till this afternoon.
I'll have to admit it was interesting trying to explain my system to the man it was designed to kill. I can't believe you don't remember me. I was at the trial every chance I could get.
Trial?
Jimmy Wells. You remember now?
Wells? He was a 2-bit punk I took down for armed robbery just before I left the force.
I loved him, and you murdered him.
I sent him to prison.
It's just the same as pulling the trigger. Prison ate Jimmy alive year after year. They found him dead in his cell last summer. The prison officials, they called it suicide, but I knew better. You didn't know. Did you?
No, I didn't. And I'm sorry. But I didn't start him down that path. I just helped stop it.
I'd like to hear about Mr. Harrison.
Don't come any closer.
Let me guess. Using launcher was a poetic justice thing, but if you took just one, it could be traced. So you recruited Harrison to do your killing. A hitman / fall guy, in case someone came knocking after the big blast.
It was so easy finding someone who hated you as much as I did. Harrison followed you most of the day. Even caught that tender scene you had with your son. In fact, I think when I'm finished with you, I might pay the boy a little visit.
You should already be dead!
I'm sorry. 2 chances are all you get. On your knees. Logan, cuff her. You wanted me dead. In one history, you succeeded.
Destiny again, Gene. What if it was always our destiny to have Hemis come back to cheat history?
We'll never know. I'm not sure I want to know. Funny. A day like today really makes you appreciate what's important.
Looking forward to Saturday with your kid?
With Billy? Well, more than ever. In fact, I don't think I'm going to wait too long.